got some downtime, so we're gonna do this reaction video proper. This is back with a new video. What's good in the hood? Chicken nuggets with some hot sauce on them combos. Happy New Year 2026. You know what I'm saying? New reaction video for the new year. This is from Accountable Commentary. Shout outs to you. Happy New Year. Title of this video is "These Brads Are Tired of Being Chased and Worshipped by Keishas." So some of these Caucasian men, they know they are being worshipped by these quote-unquote black women, and they are tired of it. We got to take a look at this. This caught my eye. So we're going to see what's going on here. Let's get right into it.
Salute. Before I get to playing this clip, you know it's bad when the Brads have to beat these Keishas off with a stick for them to make these type of videos. You know it's bad when Brad is saying, listen, you're being too thirsty. You know it's bad when Brad, look at this Brad right here. He looks like Snarf. He looks like Snarf. And he's about to say, hey, listen, stop.
Not freaking Snarf. That's crazy, bro. You talking about that small looking furry character on the Thundercats. From the Thundercats, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know, bruh. Dang. And thing is, too, man, a lot of these, you know, women in our community, they would abandon their standards to get with this guy, but hold a high standard, you know, to brothers, you know what I mean? But yeah, let's ride out.
Hit me up. Stop being in my and he looks like Snarf. He looks like Snarf. For those that don't know what Snarf look like, this is Snarf right here. Yeah, looks just like him, right? Look just like Snarf. Looks just like him. And Snarf, for the youngins, Snarf is a character off a show back in the days called the Thundercats. Let's just get to the video.
Ladies, this one is for you. So we have thousands of you in our inbox and you're all looking for white men. Well, I'm going to tell you, don't date a white man just for status. A white man is not going to change your life. We are just the same as a black guy. A white man can be broke. A white guy can cheat. A white man can have a wife and pretend he is not married so he can have another girlfriend. So we are exactly the same as the black race. So please do not come in my inbox saying you just want a white guy because you think your life will change just by dating this white guy. It won't. A lot of white guys are broke. A lot of white guys are cheaters. So this is what I've come on here to say today to you ladies especially, because a lot of you are in our inbox and your life will not change just by dating a white guy. So thank you, take care, and we are going live in 10 minutes.
By a black woman recently.
Hold on. What did I tell y'all, man? The Brad worship is insane. They think because he's a Brad, he has money. Oh yeah, Brad, he must own stuff. He must have a house, car. You know, he must have a jacuzzi. Meet up with Brad. He's in a room. But that still wouldn't deter them.
Not only that, and I'm glad Accountable Commentary mentioned that, a lot of these Caucasian men know that sisters, well, not sisters, if they, you know, want to do things out of spite and ridicule and, you know, put down, you know, brothers just to get with, you know, Caucasian men, they know that. They know that some of, you know, of our women in our community are traitors. They know that. They know that they're doing it out of spite and out of anger and want to get back at the brothers for dating, you know, Caucasian men. Like, they know this. And they don't respect you for doing it either. That's why you got, you know, some of these Caucasian men like the guy that we just, you know, reacted to. They're saying all this because they know the game. They're not a safe haven for you, and they let you know. But yeah, let's ride out.
From dealing with Brad, it's just that when they get with Brad, they realize they gotta work. Brad be having them work 2-3 jobs, right? But anyway, let's get to this Brad. This Brad looked like Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen on speed.
Through social media, she said she liked me. I was like, okay. I took her out for a date. And the whole date was just her basically fawning over me. Not because of who I am, because I'm actually a person. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not I really don't think I'm a great individual. I messed up a lot in my life, and I regret it. And though I'm trying to improve, I'm in no way worthy of this kind of flattery. I'm not deserving of anything like it. And the whole thing was because I was white. So, to say I was offended, yeah, I think I was. Because that's the only thing that mattered, was the fact that I'm white. We are not the best dating option. Dead serious. There's...
Y'all heard that? For a lot of these quote-unquote black women that really wanted Caucasian women as a choice, how do y'all feel about that? Because I know most sisters that they prefer brothers, you know what I'm saying? But the ones that is part of the swirling movement, that failed movement, how do y'all feel? Yeah, I remember that movement that was on YouTube. How do y'all feel now? And he's just one of many. Let's ride.
Other people out there. And I know for a fact, black women, there are black men who are, as just in character, are better than I am.
Man, and then I'll be seeing some of y'all on here talking about, oh yeah, get you a pink dude. He going.
And look, we got wannabe Paul Wall, wannabe Paul
I bet he's from
Pookie Wall.
Houston, Texas.
he want to be a young Paul Wall right here, talking about how they think, but just because he's a Brad,
Maybe from
right,
Louisiana.
that they'll do him good,
He gonna treat you better, baby. Do not think that, for real. Cause me back in the day, 10 years ago, I would have dogged the hell out of a woman. I would have not cared. It's a maturity thing, for real. They say men mature later than women. And again,
that's not true.
Don't think it's
that's definitely not true.
Hell no. And then for the ones that's talking down on all black dudes, that's crazy to me. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I got some homies that stand up as hell. Gonna really, go crazy for they woman. Really go hard. So no, don't ever think it's skin color.
So your man Snarf right here is getting major traction. Major traction, black men. Major traction just off of his skin tone. I said this so many times, black men. I said this so many times. I remember I was trying to explain to a couple of brothers. I was like, listen, height only matters when it comes to productive black men. If you're a productive black man, that's when height matters. That's when height matters, Anything else, when it comes to Pookies and Brad, they can be 5'7", 5. And I'm looking at this Brad. He's probably around 5'6", probably around 5'6", 5'7", maybe. It doesn't matter when they're short. They could be short, stubby, have issues, with hygiene, disheveled, looking terrible, right? But it doesn't matter because they have something that they desire. You, on the other hand, you don't. Unless it's your bank book, your wallet. See, when it comes to productive black men, right? You could be tall, fit, right? You could be tall, fit, right? And other races of women will look at you as a catch when they're productive, and they'll look at you as a catch when they're young. See, Keisha, what they do is they compare you to another tall and fit dude in the rat community, right? And that's how they do their choosing. They'll see a tall and fit, productive brother, right? And they won't rock with him because there's tall and fit pookies in the rat community that they rather deal with, right? The only way they'll leave, the only way they'll leave those pookies alone or whatever is at some point these pookies end up getting locked up or get sent to the upper room, and then these Keishas, they get old, they wash, and now they looking at you as a catch. Now the height and all that, now they looking at more. Matter of fact, doesn't really matter how tall you are now when they're old and washed. But
remember I said in my last video that women are so smart when it comes down to making bad decisions or choosing a man. And I'm being facetious. It's crazy, but they could have had all a good man, when it really mattered for them, when they was in their sexual prime and their peak of beauty. When it wears off, now they want a good man all of a sudden. Now to her, she finds him very attractive, but 10 years ago you didn't. It's crazy in the hood, but yeah, let's ride out.
that's the thing when it comes to productive black men. Everything has to align for them to rock with you because they can't stand your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is not filled with drama. It's not filled with gunshots. It's not filled with fighting. It's not filled with arguing. It's not filled with beefing with somebody. It's not filled with gang banging. It's not filled with drug selling, drug dealing, drug using. This is what they yearn for because that's the dysfunction from the rat community that they raised up with, and that's the only way they can communicate with each other is through dysfunction. So here you are, a productive dude, and you just don't turn her on because you're not dangerous. You're not dangerous. But they'll take the nerdy Brad. They'll take the nerdy Hector. They take those in a minute. They'll take Snarf right here. And this is the reason why I say, brothers, you did enough, man. You did enough. It's time to step off. You did enough. You've done enough. Why are you still even around? Why? It's a rap. It's a Rizzy.
That is accountable commentary. Right on the money, my friend. Right on the money. Let's start a conversation in the comment section down below. Hey, like this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. I do a variety of videos here, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.